The Kenya Red Cross is seeking to raise 2.5 billion shillings to cater for families currently facing drought in various parts of the country. According to Red Cross, this amount will help assist over 3 million people now facing hunger. Now let's link up with our reporter Raquel Muigai, who is attending the function at the Red Cross headquarters here in Nairobi. And I understand also that the Secretary General Abbas Gulet is currently speaking. Let's just cross over there and listen in.
And the number of beneficiaries, health and nutrition, 15% of the population requiring assistance in the 14 counties, and then the numbers are there. Then in WASH, the same, and the total WASH, health and nutrition, the numbers are 510. And then in terms of the total targeted population, which are 2,000 households, revised from the 65,000 households. Some of just the pictures of some of the work that we've been doing and some of the devastation that we've seen across the country. If we move on. And then some of the interventions, what we have been doing and where, different places. Again, issues of cash transfer, if you just go back. Of cash transfers. Some we do this by having developed some cards, and others through largely M-Pesa is what we have done. But rehabilitation of water sources, this is in Baringo, especially where these kids are using this water in Tiati, and water tanks also being rehabilitated in Baringo County. So again, some of the intervention, especially medical outreaches, which is common, and we are doing this in many counties. This was food distribution in Turkana. And again, the same work being done also in Marsabit, of the medical outreaches. Again, in terms of food and this talking of animals, again, number of pictures in different parts of the country. You can see that in Kibish, in Turkana, where it is a very, very difficult terrain. It takes, from Lodwar, it could take you 2 days, if not more, by trucks. There, the malnutrition rates are very, very high, one of the highest in the country, with close to 60% of the children are all malnourished. So we've distributed food for a couple of months, which hopefully will be able to assist them. This is Turkana South, this is in Marsabit, and that also is in Marsabit on the animal destocking. So the rains were expected to come between March and April. March came, and there was no rain that really came. April, today, 6th of April, we had the first good rains, or some rains last night. We hope and pray this will continue. But we know in the Asal areas it's even going to be delayed. We also are aware, actually, in Marsabit, it rained earlier in this week, and we've seen animals dying in big numbers because of the fluctuation of the temperature from very extreme hot, and when it rains, it just drops. We saw in Dukana and in North Hor where hundreds of animals have lost their lives just as a result of the rain because of the temperature condition in the body. If the animals are not strongly built, they can succumb very easily, and we have pictures of that in that area. So the window of opportunity in marginal agricultural zones for farmers to plant fast maturing crops could be a possibility, but we know the rains will come quickly and go away. And farmers need to be supported to prepare farms and procure seeds ahead of the season. I think the season is basically, I would say, gone. To give seeds now is too late because the process of preparing and sensitizing the community will take time. But I think in the intervention between now and September, October is what we should prepare, hoping that the October rains would be sufficient. Then we have done in the past, we've given seeds to communities so that they could then plant and then harvest sometime in February, March next year. The pastoralist community will require continuous support until May at the earliest, but all in all, what we are saying, even if the rains now come in April, then water and pasture, maybe there'll be a reprieve for a month or two. So we're looking at April, May, and June. And by July, it will start drying up again. So July, August, September, October would be the peak of it. If we move on, if we go to the other pictures very quickly on the maps. So just about maps of what we have done or what we intend to do from the previous appeal to now. And if we look at this particular one, which talks about the issue of cash transfers as one item. And if you look at the map of the country, then what we are doing in the 14 counties. If you look at Turkana, we had reached about 1,879 with cash transfer households, but our intentions now in the revised appeal is to reach 7,500. If you went down to Kwale, we want to reach 1,200. If you went to Mandera, we have so far reached 2,000, but we want to actually reach 4,000. And this is the issue of cash, and we need cash. And we've been talking to IFRC, and we'll talk to some of our partners. The cash transfers are too slow in coming, and we need to be out there like yesterday. So we really need to push this so that families can get this on a monthly, this stipend of $3,000.
Who's the Secretary General of the Kenya Red Cross there. It is a press briefing highlighting some of the most affected areas or regions in the country, the people who have been affected by drought. And of course, Kenya Red Cross is seeking to raise 2.5 billion shillings, of course, to cater to families that are currently facing drought in the counties or the regions that you've heard him talk about. This will, of course,